Hey everybody, Rose Matter here, and welcome to my reaction and discussion for episode 3 of season 2 of Black Lagoon. The last episode, holy cow, quite a few bombs dropped. We did learn some more about the twins, and unfortunately, I was correct in a way about their backstory and why they are just crazy. I was kind of hoping that maybe they weren't actually children. Maybe they were just, I don't know, they just look like children. But unfortunately, that's not the case. They were from Romania, which was just something I said kind of offhand. I'm like, oh, watch them be from like Transylvania, or Romania, or something because they are, they're like vampires. And they actually were, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is like their past. And it turns out that they were, I believe, war orphans that were trafficked into making. I'm gonna have to bleep some stuff out for YouTube. Child videos, incestuous child videos that also turned into snuff videos of them killing other children. Totally messed up. And you can see why they didn't grow up as normal kids, and they basically have to kill to survive, you know? So it really makes you sympathize with them. They're still like a little cuckoo in the head, and, they're still killing people. But that's what they've grown up learning to do, literally. So that, Balalaika, she is not having it though. She is barely sympathetic at all. She's like, okay, yeah, whatever, but they still killed my guys and I'm still after them. But the kids are a little bit harder to catch than they thought. Like they ended up, it was pretty messed up. Another thing they did was they bought off like another kid to basically take their place and get killed because everybody's after them because there's this big bounty on them on top of Balalaika just sending her guys after them for personal revenge. So they did manage to get away, but and they are coming, I believe, right for Balalaika. Like, oh, here's another thing too. It turns out one of the guys, the crime bosses, he was behind it. He ended up hiring them to take out the other crime bosses, but he pretended like his guys were also getting attacked. But as was shown at the end of the previous episode, they didn't appreciate the fact that they were getting bossed around, so they ended up killing all of that, the guy and all of his men. I believe he's part of like the Italian mob. So yeah, and now they're coming after Balalaika, but Balalaika wants to kill them anyway. But they got intercepted by Revy and, oh my gosh, what was her name? Etta, something like that. The nun, because they want that bounty, and they tried to kind of like, what's the word? Pay them off. Like, hey, I've got all this money. If you want the bounty, I can give you, here's this money that we got from the guy that we just killed. And Revy's like, yeah, screw you. We're going to take that money, plus we're going to kill you, because then we get the bounty on top of it. And it ended with Balalaika basically not being happy that Etta and Revy are coming for her kills, and she's like, take them out if you have to. Just a wild episode. I know I've rambled on. I don't usually go on this long about stuff, but it was just like there's just a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. But you guys want to see my reaction to this episode, so we're gonna get into it. I believe this is probably gonna be the finale of the twins because it was called, I believe, the Swan Song at Dawn, something like that. So we are gonna see what ends up happening. I'm very excited to see the conclusion, so let's get into it. Okay, I was right. It was Swan Song at Dawn. I like this kid comes in with an axe and he's not even afraid, like literal guns firing at him, and he doesn't care. Hey boy. it's weird, but also like, you know, through all the shit that they dealt with, they really feel like they only have each other in this world. Like they're the only two, you know, they're the only ones they can rely on, you know, is each other. But still squicks me out. I like how they are basically just playing each other. Wait, is the other person? I was waiting for one of the kids to just pop out of the back of the truck the way that they were focusing on it. Maybe they did sneak under the truck somehow. Because they want to get to Balalaika, right? Another thing, very, very minor thing that was revealed in the last episode was maybe her and Chang had a possible romantic relationship at one point. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. I love how Revy works with these people, but she hates everyone she works with, basically. I like how Revy didn't deny that they're friends. I guess you really gotta be friends to be able to talk to each other like that. Or friends are just different in this world. Oh. That's creepy as shit. Well, hmm. I was thinking that too. I was like, did she feel like Balalaika had slighted her in some way? But literally just what she said. Just does it because she feels like it. What about Chang though? Like she's not going after him. Maybe she thought that she had basically killed everybody there. No, but they were talking to each other, like she said to him. Like they were talking to each other, so she knows that he's alive. So she's got something against Balalaika specifically. Oh, he is just antagonizing her. Oh, he's like, I don't like. Oh, shit. I was gonna be like, they don't like being told what to do, do they? That is fucking cold. Oh, shit. I wonder if this is like the first time he's gonna be afraid. Oh, damn. Did he really think that she wasn't gonna have anyone there to protect her? I'm a vampire? Oh. Oh, that's creepy as shit. Oh, yeah, that's right about the fact that they could just switch between the two personas, I guess. Creepy as hell. I was waiting for her to say, like, I'm a vampire, I can't die. And she'd be like, well, the sun's coming up. Oh, I was like, oh, that's a little bit torturous in itself. If she really wanted to give him mercy, she would have just had him shot in the head. But obviously, it is personal for her. Don't tell me we're gonna have to watch this for 10 minutes. That would just be awful. Now he's acting like a kid, right? Knowing that he's about to die, thinking he was immortal before. Maybe she will just be like, you know what? He is a kid. Just shoot him in the head. Just put him out of his misery. Maybe she'll actually have a little bit of sympathy. Oh, is he dead? Oh, damn. She is cold. Not even sad, just tired. No, oh, okay. I was like, is he still alive? No. At least he went out relatively quickly. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, because the girl ended up on the boat, right? Or the sibling ended up on the boat. They switch each other's, switch back and forth between the two of them so much. I'm like, I don't know who's who. I'll just say they. I wonder if they somehow know that the other one's dead. You know, they say like twins, they know. Yeah, okay, so that kid is their client. They wanted, I guess, to get out of there since they know that there's a bounty. And Rock knows about all the stuff that happened, and he's still speaking so nicely. I guess he's good at that. He's good at letting people, especially kids, their defenses down. There's like the kid Garcia, I believe. Oh boy, don't. Are you gonna? I wonder because all they know is about like violence and sex, essentially. I wonder if they're gonna like try and seduce him. Oh, Balalaika's not gonna be happy about that, right? She wants that other kid. Oh, is she gonna come after them? Oh yeah. I love the fact that they're like kind of working for Balalaika, but also going against her. But he's just like, it is what it is. Business is business. I just Dutch is just never phased by anything. But I mean, does Rock know about the backstory of these kids? Maybe he has sympathy, or probably just sympathy because they're just kids, you know? Oh, here we go. She's gonna go into the backstory. Oh, so he knows without knowing. He knows probably what happened. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, that's creepy as hell. Oh, Rock is just he's too soft for this in a good way. Oh no. No, no, no. This is what I was afraid of. This is what I was afraid of. He's like, yeah, I gotta go. Oh god, you don't want Revy around children. Yeah, there's god, good cop, bad cop right there. And then they're like, "Yep, this is more what I'm used to with adults." I have a feeling it probably isn't going to be a good ending for this kid either. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Rock will try and make sure that at least this one, sorry, I don't know their names, but if they're saying she, I'll go with she as well. Oh, oh, well, oh, god damn. Wow, did Balalaika, I'm guessing, probably know where they were going and was like, wow. Oh, wow. Damn. I guess at least she went quick, unlike her brother. Jesus. Wow, that's. Whew. Oh, I like that. So the ending is now with. I wonder if the two siblings are going to be reunited. I like it. Instead of Revy, it's her instead. And also a different, like, definitely a more. It's a melancholy song, but just the way it just ended so abruptly, crazy. Right, right. As I said, like I don't see this ending. Like I don't think she's gonna have that happy ending. It'd be nice, and Benny said it himself that there is no something like there is no happy ending here, or something like that. I guess at least they're put out of their misery. Yep, yep. Like just as I expected. Right. Greenback Jane. Well, all right, we're going back to, after all that, we're going right back to kind of the regular stuff. Now it seems like we're dealing with a counterfeit. I'm kind of sad because that one, it was so different from the other characters that we've dealt with, and it did deal with I mean, this show certainly doesn't shy away from tough topics, but like that was definitely going into some really dark territory about the whole like the underground CP video business and the kids who have to suffer because of it. And the thing is, it's like they just say it so matter of fact because this is their world, this is the world, and unfortunately this is the real world. We don't like to think about it, but it does happen. And I feel like it doesn't do it in a preachy way, this show. It definitely does it more like a matter of fact, like this is just the way things are. Stuff happens to people that don't deserve it, and as like Benny said, I guess it's just when you run with people like this and that's your life, you kind of become numb to it after all because you have to be for your sanity. Rock is like basically us, the audience, who we don't deal with this stuff. So it's shocking and it's upsetting. And you want to try and help people. And it's upsetting when you can't. It's just like the circumstances, like Revy, you know? She was dealt kind of a similar hand. The girl said it herself, like, I smell the like blood and sewage on you, like you're just like me. It's like, you know, in a different world, maybe Revy could have been in a situation like those kids, but she didn't have an easy life, obviously. But it was like they said, it's like in a perfect world, those kids would have gone to school, they would have just had a normal life instead of being dealt the hand they were, and it's just unfortunate. And yeah, it's just, oh man, it's rough. Usually it's like, yeah, they tackle kind of the rough things, like the underground crime, but it's kind of like it's fun. It's weird to say fun, but it's like interesting, and it's just chaotic enough that you kind of enjoy watching it, but then you deal with stuff like that and it's still chaotic, and it's a little bit unrealistic with these kids that just go on like murder sprees and they're essentially untouchable, except they're not. But yeah, there's like some uncomfortable truth there that alludes to the real world, and stuff like this is happening. It's just like, oh, it's rough to think about. But just like the way those kids were taken out, just at least like Balalaika said, she could have been harsher. She could have tortured that kid like he tortured her guy, but you know, still letting him bleed out while she watched is a little messed up. But even I think at the end she maybe felt a little bit bad about that when she's like, I'm just tired from this. And then the girl getting at least a moment of happiness. It seemed like she'd escaped everything. Maybe she was going to start a new life. She had met a kind person, an adult that was actually nice to her. And just taken out like that, but at least her last thoughts were something that was sort of positive. So it definitely could have ended worse. I didn't see those kids making it out. I had a feeling that was probably not going to end well for them, but it was still quite shocking. Like I believe I said in the last episode, you do not see shows deal with child death very often. And to show it in pretty explicit detail is even rare. So I appreciate it in a way that this show does not shy away from it, because it would feel a little bit neutered if they showed all of this violence, but then they kind of like took it easy on the kids. So I guess props to them for not being afraid to show everything. But that was rough. That was a rough thing. Like the kids were definitely an interesting characters, an interesting kind of veer away from how Black Lagoon usually is. But it seems we're kind of jumping right back into the normal stuff, and now we're being introduced to, her name is Jane, I guess, and she's a counterfeiter. So we're kind of more par for the course. Which after that, you know, it was a little rough. So maybe something kind of a little bit of a palate cleanser might not be bad. But I did find that interesting. I think of the Roberta still my favorite of the kind of like antagonist characters, but those kids, they will not be forgotten anytime soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this episode, and stay tuned next week for episode 4. Until then, bye guys. Shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Salieri, Revealing Storm, Amlife, Icognito, Saturn Sins, Doublest 91, Harry Gazip, Kenju Storm, and Lynn's VA.